So I've been asking myself that question a lot lately. What would happen if I just let it all go? What would happen if I just released the shit that was weighing me down? All the fucked up things people did to me, all the fucked up things people said to me. What would happen if I just let it go? Who am I without carrying that hurt? And I have let a lot of things go. A lot of things ago. I have let a lot of things go a lot of times because that's how deep that pain was. And even yet, and still, like, I still find myself going back and like constantly wanting to know why the fuck would you do that to me? Like, why would you do that? Even though a lot of the people that hurt me, they're older now, and I see them and they done up. Like, simply put, they're not doing well. And there's a part of me that feel bad for them. And I feel wrong. I feel like terrible for secretly feeling like good for your ass. Because I was raised to, like, you know, always turn the other cheek and be so forgiving. And even though my grandma, she would tell me to turn the other cheek a lot. But right before she transitioned, she told me, she was like, I don't regret anything in this life. I have lived a full life. This is nothing but a shell. But one thing I do regret is not telling enough people off. I feel so angry. I feel so overlooked. And the crazy thing is, like, I've accomplished so much in my life. I really have. And I still don't know how to be okay with that. I still don't know how to just pat myself on the back and say, job well done. Like, some days I feel like I got it. Like, I feel like, like, yeah, job well done. Like, let it all go. And then some days the imposter syndrome comes back. And I don't know if it's because I I just got out of all of that. Like, me leaving my job in January, um, although I got away from them, like, well, going on mental health leave in January, I should say, even though I did that and didn't return, like, I still was in a contract with that job. And it still felt like I was in a contract with some people at that job. I had literally had a dream that my old boss, like, I don't even like saying that boss like word, but I had a dream that she was like pulling on my energy in my dream. Like, I could see it. And I'm only sharing this stuff because I was just always raised. I was raised to be like the representative for my family. And I had to hold in a lot of the fucked up stuff that went on. Like, I had to look like wasn't shit going on behind closed doors. Like, you know how somebody say, thank God I don't look like what I've been through. Like, you could never tell. Like, half the shit that I'm sharing with y'all, like, it's so uncomfortable. And I think that's what's happening to me right now. Like, when I'm feeling like this heaviness in my chest and in my stomach, because I have protected so many people's secrets. Like, I I'm learning like many things about myself with gifts and abilities. With, I said it right, with my gifts and abilities. Um, and one of the things is that I notice that when I'm around people, um, they either they gravitate to me, or they're like they want to get away from me. Like they don't like how I make them feel. And then I can tell sometimes when people are like hiding something from me. Like it's like they're trying so hard for me not to know something about them. And like it's weird and it's uncomfortable because I literally find myself like going in a room, like even if my face don't do it, like internally I'm like tensing up and flinching up because I know that I could feel everybody's stuff. Like, and nobody ever taught me how to work through that. Like, I talk about my mom a lot because that mother wound is deep. Like, my mom really was not nice to me. I cannot stress that enough. My mom just was a provider, but my mom was not nice to me. My mom was not nice to me. My mom was not nice to me. And there was a lot of women in my family that was not nice to me. My father was not nice to me. I was humiliated by my family at a lot of family functions. So much so that even now, and I don't go to too many of them, but even now, like I mentally, and I didn't even realize it, I'm mentally preparing myself to go, like, just in case I'm going to be verbally abused by somebody. Like, I haven't dealt with it since I've learned how to set boundaries with people, and I'm married to somebody that don't play about me. But when you deal with shit like that all your life, like, how can you see yourself? You know, like I've accomplished so much in my life, and some days I don't even like, I feel like, and it's like, but why do you need their validation? But that's when I lost both of my grandmothers, that's when I started to be with my family more and pull away from my friends. And when I lost my mother, I lost my father's mother first. And I noticed that I started to be around my father's side of the family more. And I never forget that my aunt husband was very fucking creepy to me. And I was treated like I did something wrong. And then when my grandmother died, like the same day my grandmother transitioned on my mom's side, who now my grandma on my mom's side, that was my mom. So when she transitioned, that was the same day my son father moved in my apartment and he never left. He never left. And so I had to like figure like all that's like how to work through all of that. And if I'm being called to do something different, sorry y'all, I'm gonna keep it in. I know y'all be laughing at people like, no, why would you get up here crying? But no, you know what? Real talk, we gotta stop being so emotionally removed and thinking that shit is cute. Because I had a few friends that were younger than me, and I noticed that that generation, like, they think that that shit is cute to be emotionally removed. And I'm an empath, baby. I feel everything and everybody. I feel me. I feel you. I feel Earth. I feel creatures. I don't. So I can't. But I know that if I'm being called to do something different. I've always helped people. I've I've seen myself in other lifetimes helping people. Like I've seen myself in other timelines with people that are in this timeline with me, and I was helping people. So I know that that's a part of who I am, mother, nurturer. But I know that I gotta let all that stuff go if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. If if I'm doing what I'm called to do, I gotta learn how to let that go. I was in therapy for 10 years, two ayahuasca journeys, and I learned so much about myself. And even the practitioner that I was working with when I was on that journey, not a nice person because they ain't do their work. And the difference between me and them, I was already in therapy, and my therapist don't play about me. Like she don't. There's so many people. Like even though I be telling y'all about the raggedy people in my life, it's a lot of people that do not play about me in this world and in the spiritual world. There's a lot of people that don't play about me. But the people that I wanted to love me and the people that I wanted to not play about me, they don't even like me. My mama don't like me. My father couldn't keep his hands to himself. And if he wasn't being creepy, he was embarrassing me in front of everybody. I'll never forget the time that it was me and my cousin, right? And We were always hanging together. I always hung with guys. Like I always hung with guys. Guys are easier to deal with. Like it's easy to kind of know what's on their mind, and you just nick that shit in the bud if that's the type of time they on. Um, but I'll never forget me and my cousin. We was hanging out with each other all the time. Like he would always be at my aunt, his grandmother's house, which is my auntie. They live right next door from my dad, and I would never forget. Wait, off topic real quick. When I had the little snot right here, it made me think of Harley Quinn in Emancipation, Birds of Prey. You know the Harley Quinn movie, and Ewan McGregor's character. Remember when he was peeling their face off because they didn't want to do business with him, and he did the mother and father, and then he wasn't going to do the daughter, but then he seen that snot bubble, and he was like, "Kill her." I don't know. It just made me think about that, so I wipe my nose. But see, that's what I get for playing so much. That's how I deal with life. I forgot what I was telling y'all for playing so much. Oh, sorry. And so my cousin, right? See all the emotion before I proceed with the story. This is the type of shit that I hear from my friends. This is the type of shit that I hear from my cousins. All those people that I was protected and taking care of. Like I was dealing with some hard shit behind closed doors and using sex and alcohol to like deal with it. And now like I don't have to deal with all that shit no more. Like it's crazy, like to be in this peaceful state, but still battling them demons because I'm scared they're gonna pop out. Like, cause I had to deal with that shit all my life, and every time I figured it out, I'm an alchemist through and through. But it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But I'm gonna keep this in here and I'm gonna show it because again, I know that like mother is tugging on me and telling me like, hey, and so I gotta allow myself to be honest and be authentic because what I noticed, and I'm gonna get back to my story, but I see the trend with a lot of these spiritualists that came out really during COVID when a lot of people had to be home with themselves and y'all playing in people's face. Y'all not even doing the work. That lady that I was telling y'all about, she was telling me that, I know that religion teaches us about Sky Daddy and all that stuff. Like she had me going. But I come from a family that are culty on both sides. So I was like, this don't feel right, but I'm a human myself. I'm a human her and I'm gonna keep on going. But like she was saying a lot of shit and I could read energy. So her mouth was saying one thing, but like it was a part of me and I was, tapping into that my mom and them kind of kept away from me. I remember being like that as a kid, but it was like they made me like I dulled it out with the drugs and alcohol and the confusion. What? Are you telling me to stop talking to the people? Oh, mama. So I dulled it out. Like I can't, you want to talk to them? Okay. 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 I dulled it out with alcohol, with sex. Like, so, I was second guess myself about those gifts. But I could always read whenever this person would be talking and we would be in class. Like I would be like, something don't feel right. Like this person is hiding something from me. And eventually, I figured it out. And I think that's another reason why like I'm struggling a little bit because of that. I'm sorry, y'all. She threw me off. Oh, during COVID, this is gonna be all over the place. I'm still gonna keep it in here because this is a side of me that I feel like I was not. I feel like that I have been conditioned to hide. Women in general are conditioned to hide the parts of themselves that people feel are ugly. Um, the vulnerable parts, the crying, the snot rolling down the nose. Like, women, especially black women, we always have to be mother in every situation. We always have to be the magical Negro in every situation. And who like you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, and a lot of people don't care. Long as they're getting your magic, they don't give a fuck. But y'all, my cat threw me off. But during COVID, right, I know that a lot of people was reaching out to these practitioners, and they was praying on people. But I had a therapist, and my therapist was very supportive of my journey. Because she know, like, therapy, you gonna get through something. You gonna dig. through some shit, but when you sit in plant medicine, when you sit with Mother Ayahuasca, like it's a whole different type of thing. Um, right medicine, wrong practitioner to work with. But I got a lot of that experience. I really, truly, truly, truly did. I really, really, truly, truly did. I did. I did. I did. But I still have moments on this healing journey where like I'll just think about it and I'll be like, wow, what a fucked up thing to do to somebody. And this is why I'm in front of y'all, in front of this camera, being very honest, because I don't want to be like that. Because when you helping people, a lot of times you're going to be triggered. You're going to be triggered by some of the things that you encounter with helping people. They might have experienced some similar things that you've been through, and if you ain't doing the work. One thing, and this is why I love my therapist. She used to always tell me that even a therapist needs a therapist, and my therapist took her ass to therapy, and she was always doing the work. We would talk about different things, in science, because she still was going and learning. This other woman that I met, she thought she was bigger than the program. She did. She did. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. We're taught, because she was talking about Sky Daddy, but she prayed on the fact that I had a deep mother wound, and I seeked outside validation because of that. So please do your research. Please do your research when you're looking for a spiritual practitioner, and listen to your insides. Listen to that gut. Okay. I know that they teach us to dull out our senses with the shit that we put in our system, but please listen to your gut. That's your internal compass. That's the real brain. That's the real heart. Listen to your gut. That's your home. Be careful. Please be careful out in these streets. Please. Please. Because I be watching some of them and I be like, they full of shit. Going back to my dad. So me and my cousin always hanging together. And I'll never forget where I lived at, right? Well, where I lived at in downtown Elizabeth, there was they will always do fireworks. And that's another thing. Like I remember when they actually used to use money to like do shit for the kids in the community. Then you wonder why they be doing the shit that, you know what? Sorry. So I remember we were all walking down to see the fireworks, and everybody in the community used to walk down to see them fireworks. Like people just like how you see on TV, people coming out their house and y'all all start walking together. I miss that shit, but I couldn't live there no more because every like on every corner, I don't want to see a vigil of my peers. Like it's designed for us to be like that, but getting back to my story. So we all walking, right? And me and my cousin, we walking with each other. Like literally that was my best friend growing up. So I remember, well, not growing up, that's exaggeration. Like at that time, like my cousin was my best friend. So we all walking, right? And so we get there, right? And so my dad, like in front of everybody, mind you, because everybody outside, we waiting for the fireworks. Like my dad goes, "Why you hanging with him? Is that your boyfriend?" And I was like, "No." And I never forgot that. I never forgot that shit. Never forgot that shit. And years later, in therapy, with a therapist that does the work on herself, I realized that my dad was embarrassing me because he didn't want his daughter that he was in love with to be around any other guy. I know that it's something in for that in psychology. Like y'all could chime in and let me know. But that shit was mad fucking weird. Like what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Clearly, he's not okay. He's sick. But my point is, I am doing the work. I've been doing the work to work through that shit and know that that's not on me. That is his sickness, and I'm doing the work because again, it's not in my heart to take stuff from people and be fucked up to people and get over on them just because I can read their energy and know what they need. Like that's fucked up. That's using your gift wrong. That's not what we're here to do. And so I want to make sure that I sit with those parts of myself. Like, yeah, may it be messy, May it be authentic. May it be true. Thank you guys for listening to my TED Talk. I love y'all. Would I get in trouble for saying that? Like, keep saying things for listening to my TED Talk. Like, TED Talk don't get me because I don't got no money. It's just a joke. All right, Juicy telling me to say bye. All right, peace, y'all. Come on. All right, she telling me that's enough for camera time. Okay, I'm gonna go work out now because my booty growing and I ain't playing about that. Okay, okay, I'm getting right. I'm getting it together. I'm getting it together. Okay, because how you gonna win if you ain't right within? That lives in my head rent free. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? I can't be out here trying to help people and I ain't help myself. Okay, so you gonna see me be a hot mess with boogers just coming out my nose, crying and talking to y'all because man, we go through shit, especially as women and especially as women of color. And it's not like I see y'all. I see y'all, the ones that's doing the work, right? I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. Let me say that first. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. And I'm talking about the ones that's genuinely doing the work. That's not out here. Where is this accent coming from? That's not out here trying to get people money. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. And that lit something up under me. And so I'm just trying to, I, I'm doing the work on myself and being real and being authentic as real and authentic, like real and authentic. Like, why do I keep saying that? Am I trying to convince y'all? That's because my time is up. But no, in all seriousness, um, it needs to be more of us that look like this. That's showing everybody, like, regardless, I eat that. I eat hate. What make it say I eat hate? That's why I ain't got a waste. Okay. Like, shout out to y'all. It's something that I see on TikTok and I just be like, ooh, yay. I'm excited to see some people like they be really like real and not playing in our faces. And because you gotta watch them. Like, I'm so serious. I'm so serious, y'all. Like, that was a big ass lesson for me with that spiritual practitioner. You have to watch. You have to be careful. Like, you really do, because they're gonna prey on your hurt. And honestly speaking, like, all it is just learning how to be comfortable with sitting in your own energy. You're gonna have to peel back them layers of the fucked up shit that people said to you that you try to drown out or whatever you drowned it out with. And it's not gonna be easy. It's not. It's not. But I don't got no but.